all day.
Okay.
You don't have to explain
Hold
to
up,
me.
guys.
Bro, I would eat a whole rotisserie chicken.
Bro,
Guys.
your bio literally says always hungry.
Guys.
Yeah?
I think we're live. Officially.
Oh, hello.
Okay.
So, I will go ahead and send the stream link.
Weepy.
And hopefully you guys will be able to watch it. And here it is. I'm gonna go ahead and ping over in
The rats.
No, here.
Oh, okay. First Chroma Club YouTube Live.
Yeah.
You know it, dog. Hello once again, YouTube. Can one of you guys join and tell me if I'm really quiet?
Should we go somewhere else instead of being in the general chat that anyone can just hop in?
That might be a good idea.
Oh my god, I can hear them looping.
Where should we go? We need to go somewhere. Here, let's go to the Lands of Intrigue chat. We all have access to that. Lands of Intrigue VC.
Yeah.
I am very good at this. Okay. So, we're over in the other VC now, I think. Yes. Testing. Can one of you guys... Oh. Hello, Tuesday. Hello. Can one of you guys... really quick, I'm just doing some preliminary tests because it's a live stream. Am I looping? How am I looping?
Wait, were you watching the fucking the stream, Jared? Poison?
Oh, hold on. That might be... Oh, it's user error. Oh. You had me for a second. You did. So am I super quiet or is the audio okay?
You sound good.
Okay, cool. Hi YouTube. It's been a while.
The audio is perfect. I can hear everything.
Excellent. Okay, last time I did a live stream, my mic was like really fucking quiet. I couldn't tell you why, but here we are. Hello YouTube. Yeah, here, give me 2 seconds. One more thing.
Take your time, Green One.
Hey, quiet you. This is like my second time doing YouTube. Thank you. I have experience. Exactly 30 minutes of it. 7-8 months ago. It's been a minute.
Yeah, but you have 6 subscribers like I do. Nah, I don't think so.
Damn. My old channel for when I was like really young has like 94 subscribers, but I haven't touched that channel. I haven't touched that channel in years. So, I know I'm not going to share it with you guys because it is a humiliation.
Look at you, Mr. Big Shot.
Okay, whatever. So, hello YouTube. It's been a while. Yeah. It's been a while. It's been, what, 7-8 months-ish? First, let my folks here introduce themselves while I get my book. It's a brick. If you guys want, you can introduce yourselves. I'm just getting the book.
Sorry, my mouth was full. Hi. I'm Jello.
Sorry, guys. It's my fault.
I'm gonna put this on air right now. I'm eating an entire rotisserie chicken during this, but it'll be fine. It'll be okay.
I mean, as long as we don't hear
chicken.
As long as we don't hear like nasty slurping sounds, I think we'll be fine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh.
I don't exactly know what we're talking about, but I heard Lancer. So
yeah, that's what we're talking. That's what we're gonna be talking about. Apparently, Jello, you're really quiet, so I'm gonna turn you up on my end, and hopefully that'll fix it.
Turn me up. Oh fuck.
For Tuesday, is this better? We've been live for about 6 minutes, and we have gotten literally nowhere.
That's just everything.
Well, I mean, to be fair, we're live streaming, so it's not like we have a time limit. So I'm not super concerned. Technical issues.
You're forgetting that the average streamer streams like a whole 30 minutes of just goofing around trying to figure if everything's walking or not, and just chatting with the chat.
All right. It's time to talk about Lancer, guys.
Woo!
So for those who don't know, Lancer...
in short, good game.
It is. It's a very good game. We've played it a few times.
Thank you, chat. Have everyone a good day. Thank you for watching the video.
Yep, that sounds about right, honestly.
Go buy Lancer material.
It's good. So
not sponsored, but we should be. Just saying.
That would be the dream. That would be the freaking dream. Okay? Getting sponsored by Massive Press. Hello. But I believe it is way too early to even think about talking about sponsors at this point.
Yeah.
Wait,
Listen. Once you get a Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship deal, then you know.
That'll be the day it all ends. That'll be the end. That'll be the end, like the end of days right there. Okay.
Oh, they left me the liver.
Oh boy. We're in deep. We're in too deep. So, for those who don't know, Lancer is an RPG about mechs. You get to drive big robots. It's really cool. We've played it a few times, and just to kind of talk about this a little early, we will be on the, at least planned at the moment, on the 11th posting the first of 2 episodes of a Lancer actual play that, I mean, I hope you guys enjoy. I don't think it'll be the most, technically advanced thing ever, because I'm still very new at this. But we got an awesome lineup of players who are all dedicated to having a great time, so.
Both of us are going to be in it.
Don't be humble. You are, like, the best Dungeon Master I've ever had the honor of playing with. Like, don't...
Okay.
Don't sell yourself short, please.
I hope not to. I'm decently confident in my ability to run things sometimes. So
this guy fucks.
Indeed.
He sounded like the wizard, dog.
Because I am the wizard.
I am the wizard.
So Lancer.
Yes.
Yeah.
What are you guys' thoughts on it, like as a whole?
I've loved the system so far.
Do you have any specific things you like about it or dislike?
I did. For those who don't know, I've done for a long time a project on working on some sort of mech system, and I found that getting yourself... Yeah, excuse me. Ooh. Getting yourself set up to create a TTRPG like this, Lancer has a lot of modularity, I think the word is. It's very easy to pick up two frames and make something special out of it. I didn't expect that, especially with I don't know if this is a spoiler warning or not, but we're going to be playing at license level 5, right? Right, Poison?
Yeah, that's right.
So we're going to have the possibility of like seeing some interesting machines out on the field. Not to mention, I like the first of all, I like the hexes. Hexes are my preferred system instead of squares, but that's a different conversation. Also, the vibes alone, just the vibes that you get from reading the core rulebook, insanely good. I love it all the way through.
Yeah, I got some music audio going on the stream, so that way we can actually hear this. Don't worry, it's royalty free. I swear, it's royalty free.
Give me your money!
YouTube, I promise, it's royalty free. Is Tuesday still here, or are we at 0 right now? That would be something.
Good job on viewer attention.
Not
even your spouse is watching.
Know it.
Not even you.
Oh yeah, now we're talking. Okay. Concurrent. Oh yeah, we have no viewers at the moment.
Hey, that's fine.
Don't worry about it. Don't even.
It's all fine. It's all fine.
So, that being said,
yeah.
Shivo,
yeah.
what are your thoughts on Lancer so far?
I'll get to that in just a moment. Hey, Poison.
But
don't look at the number, whether it's low or whether it's super crazy high. Literally every single one of them out there has said, don't look at it. It is nothing. It is nothing but a course. So
understood. I'm just gonna have OBS up almost the whole time and go check YouTube occasionally if something goes horribly wrong.
Yeah, you're doing great. You're doing great.
Okay.
You're doing great, son.
Are you winning, son?
No.
So Lancer, it very much fills a hole that I feel like a lot of other RPGs don't. And I don't just mean it's a mech game on the shelf with a bunch of medieval games. I mean,
although that is cool.
That is very much a welcome part of the experience. It's something that really attracts me about it is that modularity mentioned before, being able to build your mechs and characters in ways very it's a level of depth and customization that I feel is very much needed in that really needs a bit of a comeback or an attention. I feel like the only other game out there on the market right now that is anything close is Pathfinder 2nd Edition and Fabula Ultima, which is another game we've been kind of down.
Oh yeah, both are really good. And
good.
Those will definitely get their own videos in time because they both deserve to be talked about. They're both phenomenal systems as well as Lancer. It's really cool, and to go a little bit into how the system itself works. It's a D20 system, which is definitely a good start. D20 systems, I know some people have a grudge against them. I personally don't. D20 systems are kind of easy to understand.
He's talking about me. I don't like them.
Well, it's also you and Connie both.
Yeah, we'll just base that way.
But it's a D20 based system where the whole goal of rolling dice is you don't have adjustable DCs like you do in something like Dungeons & Dragons or Pathfinder. Instead, your goal is just to beat 10. And sometimes there are specific word modifiers you can add onto a roll, like a risky roll, where if you... it basically ups the stakes and it's like, oh, even if you succeed, there could be a consequence. Whereas... a heroic roll requires you to roll a 20 to even succeed the check. There's also this game's version of advantage and disadvantage, which is accuracy at difficulty. Basically, all it is you roll a number of d6s equal to the accuracy or difficulty you have in it, and take the highest result from that pool to add to your d20 roll. Just the bare bone basics. The game itself is cool because building mechs feels like building a Lego set.
Mm-hmm.
And that goes back to what I said with modularity.
Oh yeah, crazy good feeling, especially when everything you put into it synergizes like really well.
Yes,
that's the best feeling.
Yeah, there's a lot of really cool.
I also think that it gives a good bit of personality. Like, for example, you could take like 2 different frames and get like a theme out of it that you like. For like, say you want to go some sort of superhero theme or something, you can do something like that.
Oh, for sure, yeah. It's a system that feels good to play and run, which I can say that's hard to come across, at least for me, because most systems I either like playing or I either like running. It's very, very seldom do I find one that I like doing both. D&D is one of those, for example. I love running it, but as a player, I can't really get into it. It's the same with stuff like Daggerheart. Whereas Pathfinder's the other way around. GMing it overwhelms me, and because there's a lot to keep track of with Pathfinder 2. And getting into it as a player has been a lot more of an enjoyable experience for me. And Lancer is both. I've played it and run it, and both feel awesome. And I think it's because there are times where they overlap quite a bit, like during the actual game, where you get to play these mechs that have the same kind of capabilities as player characters, while also being a little more simple, again, similar to D&D or Pathfinder. But there's also things to do outside of that. It feels like there's gratifying prep work on GM end and player end. And that just feels good, I guess.
I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's my take on it. There's a ton of cool stuff where it's like you could spend hours and hours just building your character and still not have touched all the possibilities that you could do. And that's amazing.
Can I also just say that the actual, like, on-the-field gameplay is so good.
Oh, yes.
Like, there's so much little bits and pieces that you can put into the roleplay of the character, so much little details you could probably put into, like, characterization, how they carry themselves, and, like, the actual, like, individual abilities and weapons provided by the system. It very much it encourages you to be the coolest dude on the field, and even if you're absolutely ridiculous. I'm looking at you, Horace. And it's definitely one of my personal issues with D&D 5th edition. At least mostly with the newer stuff. Not to bring anything divisive into the mix, but just to show you where I'm coming from. The actual feel and play of D&D with how it handles its leveling, character building, and then the actual feel and play of being the character out on the field fighting, acknowledging your types of abilities and stuff. It feels very
Is tactical the right word?
Not tactical. And I'm talking about the D&D 5e. It feels very...
I am so sorry.
It feels... It feels very rough, very hard edges. Like so much of the game is... And while making it easier for new players, it's not inherently a bad thing. It feels very It feels very a lot like it's an expo marker of games where you can just easily tack on and tack off things and there's a credit to be given when it comes to customizable games like that. But everyone has so much excuse me, let me start that over. That was awful.
No, you're good.
That's I think I lost the plot though of what I was trying to say. My point is that D&D 5e, while fun and it has its moments, it's a game that encourages you to not play it by its rules. It yet still creates a that's not really the fault of the game now, is it?
When it comes down to D&D 5e, there's a few issues I do have. The combat is both really convoluted and crunchy and takes a while to get through, but also can be very boring at times. And it's really hard to think of how that managed to happen. And now that might just be a skill issue on my end as a GM, but at the same time, I think when you're trying to run a lazy combat and just get it over with, you should be able to still have fun with it. Even if, you're not putting 100% into that one fight because it's not a big, important boss fight or whatever.
Thank you. I could not say it at all myself.
It's something.
It's definitely something. But yeah, but then I play Lancer and then all of a sudden, I don't know.
Lancer has. My bad.
I don't know if it's the new car smell or if this game is really just that much of crack cocaine. Of just immediate. It's always exciting, and I always feel excited to see what I can do, and everything I do feels different and feels like I can do something, because a lot of because all these different weapons and tools, are not just weapons and tools. They get to do other things and allow your character to do other actions. And that paired up with systems and base frame abilities, core abilities, you just have so much more to do that is interesting on the field. Whereas I feel like with D&D, the only classes having the most fun really are the spellcasters. And, my opinion on the whole caster, martial argument, right? I don't care about the power level. Wizards can be as powerful and broken and nuke bots as much as they want to be, okay? That's not my issue. My issue is that there's so many spells, too many spells in my opinion, but so many spells that just allow these spellcasters to do so much and have so much influence and are able to do so much that all the marshals can do is either hit the AC or roll the skill check. Hit the AC, roll the skill check. And yes, there's class abilities and subclass abilities, but most of them, all they really do is make hit the AC also do another thing, like weapon masteries. When they were first announced, I was one of the first people who was really excited about them. But now all it is hit the AC. Oh, and also hit the saving throw at the same time.
Right.
And maybe, and whoop-de-doo, status effect, and it's just status effect isn't enough. Where's my super cool, I want to take my sword and cut through 5 different dudes in a 15-foot line, or oh my goodness, I'm surrounded. I want to slice all the do a move that's slices all my enemies all around me. And the closest we get to that is cleave, and I think the old version of Great Weapon Master, unless it still has it, which is just hit the AC. Oh, you did that? Okay, well hit the other AC. Okay.
I think the closest thing we get to something you described was the whirlwind strike from Ranger, and
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And the fact that you have to be 11th level to even get something like that is kind of a crime.
Right, and it's... Yeah.
I get it in the context of D&D, that's really fucking powerful, but...
Is it, though?
In D&D's context, that's pretty darn powerful in a world where, as our friend Shibo here puts it so eloquently, marshals just beat AC and do damage or status effect. So when you could do that 9 times over, yeah.
Cello, don't forget in that one campaign where the DM let you not only Stillwind strike, but also smite on top of it, and you absolutely trivialized that entire fight.
While I agree, fellas, an evocation wizard with, say, even just a touch of meta magic can twin spell fireball themselves, take no damage, and do way more than just allowing a ranger to spin in a circle with whirlwind strike.
I hate to be the rules lawyer here, but you can't twin spell a fireball.
Well, then that's why that's there, but you get my point regardless.
No. I still think he's right, but I feel like it's less, like I said, it's less about power. Yes, the wizard still is able to influence a much larger range of abilities and targets and do much more damage. But here's the problem with marshals. They can't all unless they have a polearm and a bow. And maybe a very specific subclass that gives them extra movement speed, and it's very underwhelming. And you can absolutely make it work, But that's you. That it's good because you are playing it, not because the game itself is readily making these options available in, in a reasonable capacity.
It's a very interesting topic, but I think Lancer remedies most of these problems.
Absolutely.
It's for a reason that is probably very unexpected. It's because there are definite drawbacks to being mainly a weapon guy, and big drawbacks to being mainly a systems guy. For clarification, tech like quick techs and full techs are basically the Lancer equivalent of spells.
Right.
But even so, everyone has access to basic options like lock on and invade and like scan and stuff. Everyone's got those options, but investing into tech and systems that give you tech attacks leave you exposed in other areas, while focusing primarily on engineering or hull leaves you exposed in those areas. They also give you huge boons for doing so. Like being able to shrug off heat more easily, or tank hits and heal like a true tank, while systems grant you the ability to shut down systems and be more of like a stealth striker type of character. Everything feels important, I think, is the word I'm looking for.
Yes, I completely agree. It definitely has that going for it.
I also want to point out that I think one of the biggest things that Lancer has going for it is, number one, where Dungeons and Dragons has this set small class list of 12 to 14 classes, depending on if you add any homebrew or additions.
Oh my goodness.
You have so many frames to pick from.
Oh my goodness, all the licenses. Oh, hold up. Before we dive too far into this topic, I'm going to do a brief kind of overview of what those are and how they work. The Lancer classes equivalent are licenses. You can have up to 3 ranks in any one license, and each rank grants you new stuff. Your second rank will always grant you a new frame or 2 new frames, depending on the license. And each rank will grant you more weapons and systems to equip onto your currently existing or new mechs that you make.
Which is where it gets into that multi-classing section.
Oh, yeah.
I think Lancer is far more built to introduce a multi-classing gameplay, where D&D multi-classing is originated as a homebrew rule, and or like a house rule, I think, at least. Lancer is built based off of the consensus that you're going to pick multiple frames to build into what you want.
Right.
And doing that, you separate a class into its abilities and give them spells and features, quote unquote, from Dungeons and Dragons, to each frame. And since there's so many different ones, you can customize and specialize in each thing, and each has positives and negatives.
Oh, yeah. Like, for example, do you mind if I tell folks what you're playing for that 2-shot special coming?
Oh, not at all.
So you're playing Big Boy Barbarossa. This basically it's the gun. That's what that's what it is, and I love describing it to people because it's not only the biggest mech by default in the game, being the only by default size 3 mech. For clarification, a size 1 is typically 10 to 15 feet tall, and size categories work similarly in as they do in D&D. So every size like goes either half a size up or a full double height. And its main drawback is that its core power, being the big gun on its shoulder, stops working if you move, get jammed, get stunned, and you move. Even if you do move, you move like 2 spaces on a turn. It's a big slow turtle with a gun on its back, effectively. And that to me is very comedic, in a sense.
I will say, though, I didn't fully go through the Barbarossa's licensing, so I have all 3 pairs of licensing. But if you remember, we're playing at license level 5.
Yes.
Which means my other part is Tortuga.
That is correct. That's how you got your shotgun.
And although I'm a 2-speed moving, giant walking apocalypse rail, I have a shotgun, bombs, mines, and sentries all coming out to keep this thing moving.
Also, don't forget you have the deployable cover, too.
Yeah, I even have deployable Jericho covers.
By the way, absolutely fantastic system pick. It's Lancer's whole arsenal is aimed at a very... It wants you to have fun as much with character creation as it does with the rest of the game. And that's kind of special, at least in my opinion. It hits those high notes pretty much on the head and delivers on the character creation side and the play side something I think is truly unique as far as RPGs go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We should, it's a role-playing game, not a video game. We should talk a bit about like the world design and like how it like how it pushes players to role play.
Absolutely, that's like one of the most important parts of an RPG. So roleplay, Lancer gets broken down into combat scenes, which I'm sure we'll touch back on later because that's the most rulesy section of the game. But most of the core rulebook is taken up by character creation and world and setting information. The setting of Lancer is really interesting. It's set in the far-flung future. Why wouldn't it be? We have mechs. And it's interesting because the world provides multitude opportunities to roleplay and have reasons to roleplay. It's got faction play. It's got world disparity. It's got, it's got people trying to do good as best they can and people who are just out there to do bad. It's got crazy AIs. It's got everything you'd want out of a sci-fi setting and then some, with incentives to build a character rooted in the universe, as well as have ample reasons to roleplay with other people and talk.
I'd also like to mention, with the idea of the AIs, we also have the fact that you aren't just role-playing your pilot.
Right.
You're role-playing multiple characters, kind of. With the introduction of NHPs in Lancer, which I'll let Jerry get over what NHPs are in just a second, they allow you to say, for Titanica, my Barbarossa that I'll be playing in this upcoming Lancer game, they're this, like, how do I put this? What did I quote to you when I asked for their personality?
Like a holier than thou.
Yeah. A very much ancient machine that is, I am holier than you, I am more powerful. It's an insightful image of like almost a god engine from the 40k universe. And you can create personalities like this for all of your Lancer mechs.
So long as they have an AI in them.
Yeah, or in an HP.
Right.
And heck, you can choose not to. And I think both options give you even more options in both directions.
Oh, yeah.
If you're playing just a guy, right, and you don't have any AIs, what does that say about your character in that situation? And then, like, if you do have an AI, or like one AI that you're very close to, or just a bunch that you just have all of them being Jarvis, Friday, yada yada, you know, just all of them being there to do all these different things for you, you know, you can kind of get the whole spectrum of either being a lone wolf distrustful of technology to technophile who has technology do everything for them, and then just a happy-go-lucky person who just has an affinity for their specific Lancer, and this AI is the living personification of that Lancer, so you can have, that duality in there. There's a lot of options in that manner. That all of those are ideas I would love to do.
Oh yeah. Jello pointed out there is a difference, funny enough, between regular CompCon class units and NHPs. The actual lore reasons when you spell them out have horrifying implications, but are kind of worded really funny. So when it comes down to AIs, you have the AIs...
When I see horrors beyond my comprehension, I don't get it.
I don't get it. So you have CompCon class units, which are basic AIs that have their own personality, they're all that, but they are not capable of true free will and thought. They follow your orders, and they are the most basic, and they are capable of not as much as NHPs. NHPs are a whole other breed, and the way they're described is really funny to me, because you're basically the basics is that they go through this process called shackling, which is gaslighting this eldritch math code horror into believing it's in a human state of mind, and it's just gaslighting it constantly. And the funniest part is that it works for the most part. There's caveats like the process of cascade, but
to add to my previous statement, you could have the most heartbreaking story of like if you are playing some character who's much more attached to their specific mech, and the mech is slowly losing it, becoming ascended, and you could definitely play with the tragedy of having something so close to you, something seemingly so human, but as soon as that illusion is shattered, it's just bad.
That's true. No. Oh my goodness! I believe.
No. My best friend is now an eldritch god of death and destruction. What do I do?
It gets really...
If you know what's good for you, you bang it. Anyways.
Hold on a minute. They got to... The last time we played Lancer, Shibo here was in that one shot, and he got to see what happens when one goes full and into its cascade.
Yes, my character was actually... there wasn't really much of an emotional backstory or connection to it, but I definitely enjoyed playing up my character's empathy for the being, and there was a lot of really cool moments between the different pilots discussing like the morality of killing the NHP, and trying, and like maybe that very classic like comic booky thing of like, is there another way? Couldn't we have saved everyone? That type of thing. That like,
oh yeah,
is always fun, always emotionally destructive, but hey, if media isn't constantly hurting you, is it really worth it?
I will say, Lancer also hits a note that I think also is found in, many of you have heard of it, the TTRPG Starfinder.
Ah, yes. I've never actually gotten a chance to play that. When I do, when I get to play it or run it, I'll make a video about it. I swear.
I have it in my back pocket. I haven't made anything with it yet.
I would love to do something with that game series.
Didn't 2E just come out not too long ago too?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I hope so. Oh, if I gotta go check that out then.
Yeah, I saw some paperback copies of Starfinder at our local game store, so I'll have to go check that out. Man, Lancer is a whole different breed of RPG, and I don't think that I'll ever stop having fun with it. It's too much fun, almost.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those games you play and you're just like, man, why can't they all be like this?
Dude, so true. There are definite RPGs like that, and I feel this way about a good chunk of RPGs out in the space.
Don't y'all just love that those like it's all, well, I don't know about love. I love it, but I think it's really funny and ironic how those like a very specific breed of new TTRPGs coming out that who's basically the whole thing mechanically is maybe D&D 4th edition wasn't such a bad idea.
Oh shoot, my bad.
Pardon?
Nothing. All's good. No, I've talked about this at least in private with you about how I feel about 4th edition D&D. It brought some solid stuff to the table.
It's not perfect. Hell, I'll even say it's not pretty, but like, it's a beautiful book, and I think it's a beautiful RPG, and I think all of these games like Lancer I don't know if Lancer is actively trying to evoke gameplay designs from 4th edition, but DNA isn't always apparent, and games like Lancer, games like Daggerheart, games like Pathfinder 2nd edition, which undeniably I feel have that DNA. It's very clear that there is a demand and a truth that I am so sorry. Advanced brain death just took over. My bad.
Wow.
All good.
Is when you're cooking and then all of a sudden the gas comes out.
Oh, was that the Halo theme? Is that what that was?
No, I have no idea what it is. I was
sounded
just
like Halo.
scrolling, and all of a sudden the noise started playing, and I'm like, "Oh fuck!"
People on the live stream can't see it, but the face you made immediately following it was one of the greatest things I think I've seen. Oh, sorry. Getting off track.
Yeah,
Oh, Lord.
Apologies. But yeah, no.
No one has anything to apologize for. That was
let's-
just funny.
Well, you know what? We'll talk about that in the 4E episode. How about that? But
yeah.
Lancer is.
And by the way, to touch on what you said, one of Lancer's known inspirations is 4th edition.
it is. Okay,
it is.
That's good.
Lancer.
Then I'm not talking. Then I ain't talking on my booty cheeks.
One of the inspirations for Lancer is 4th edition Dungeons & Dragons, which I've made my opinions clear. I think it's lackluster in the RP section, but I think the tactical combat they did pretty well on.
I just love the character building system in that one, and all of my complaints about 5th edition's Martial Caster stuff is, for the most part, cured in 4E.
Sure.
I know there's a lot of people who would say otherwise, and like I agree. There's a lot to be desired. You know, I've said even in this video, in D&D 5th edition, there's not enough spells. In D&D 4th edition, there's not enough powers. And there's not enough like power options.
Yeah. But it's crazy how a bunch of inspirations that are imperfect and still good but imperfect come together to create. And although I don't think Lancer is perfect, I think it gets pretty damn close to the mark.
It's like the sharpest and snappiest 9 out of 10 I've played.
Oh man. Back to the mechanics of it. The combat feels really good, and it prides itself on being a tactical RPG. What do you guys think of that?
Oh,
It does a good job.
it does a beautiful job. Last time we were playing, we were absolutely spitting so much strategies. Not only that, like individual play, like not just like strategy with your team, but like strategizing different abilities and synchronicities. In my last in the last game we played, I was playing a Scandal. I think it was 2 levels in a Scandal, 1 level in Goblin. And the whole premise of this character was that I would put down a bunch of mines, and then I would hack and basically mind control other mechs into running into my mines, which I don't remember ever getting the opportunity to do that, but I had the option to, which was nice. But we managed to do other things. Like my hacking ability got brought up in other places, and my allies were able to and managed to get usage out of my mines and bombs. One of my favorite instances was if you get a really good combo of abilities and synchronicities, you can straight up do like Street Fighter combos. If you're ballsy enough. My favorite one I did was with the Iskandar has some funky abilities with the bombs where if you basically you can throw a bomb, and I think it's if you blow it up you can deploy even more bombs. So it's like pretty much what I did was I juggled I juggled a crap ton of mines and grenades and bombs onto the boss, and it was awesome. That's not even.
That is
That's
true.
That's not even mentioning that Iskandar has ability, which is literally just turn the entire playing space into a bomb. That like you cannot get past through. You know, without taking explosive damage for every step you take. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, it's core power Death Cloud.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Especially when you got to, actually put it into play. It felt really cool just to watch the health bar of the enemy chug down as they had to trudge through just basically a minefield.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to step away, but I have to go make dinner now.
No, you're good, dude.
All right.
I think we're probably gonna be wrapping up here soon.
Mm-hmm.
But do you have any other remarks on the matter?
I do want to say for anybody who's looking to get into Lancer, I know there are plenty of LFGs out there. Not to mention, if you join us, you're most likely going to end up in a Lancer one-shot at least. And I know we have some Lancer campaigns coming up, so
yeah,
make sure you guys are looking out for some of that stuff. And also, number 2, just get into it. If you come from the wargaming set, it's good for you. It's a tactical RPG. And if you come from, D&D, that more role-playing speciality, you're going to find a lot of uniqueness to this, and it's got some good flavor. So,
oh yeah,
make sure you pick up Lancer. And watch our game. Watch our game. You should watch our game.
It's gonna be great. Additionally, just one more thing before we start heading out. The idea of my brain stopped functioning. There are systems we haven't even touched on, like the downtime system, which unfortunately doesn't come to play much in 1-shots and 2-shots, but I imagine will come to play a lot more in longer games like the Fractured Frontier, which debating on making that an actual play like we are with this 2-shot. Depends on the players we get and if they are okay with us putting it out here.
A Mothership episode?
Mothership episode is destined to happen. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, you guys should look up for Mothership. It's a good game.
But as for Lancer, I think it's good to close out on the note of it's good. It's so good. Definitely check it out. If you're looking to get into the rule set, go to CompCon. You can look at CompCon. It's kind of like D&D Beyond for Lancer, but with way less bloat and way less ads.
And it's free.
Yeah, that too.
Free.
That's the huge thing.
Free.
On top of the fact that one more, I keep saying one more thing, but I have another thing to say. All the player-facing content is free. You could go to the itch.io pages for Lancer books and go pick up the player-facing content LCPs for CompCon for nothing, zero zilch. The only things that you have to pay for is the GM-facing stuff, enemy stats, all that good stuff. But also retrograde minis. That's where we get all of our minis. Good shit. Really high quality.
And there's a free version of retrograde minis as well.
There is. As for everything else, Lancer's a solid system. I think it deserves a ton of love. I saw that XP to level 3 actually started doing an actual play for Lancer.
Ooh.
So I might have to check that out. But thank you guys for hanging out with us. I know it's been a very chaotic hour, but
we'll have to get more used to this.
absolutely. I think it started getting better towards the end. I think.
Yeah, you need to understand. We usually have these types of conversations, disconnected bursts of spitting fire and not having any idea what the flip we are even talking about ourselves. So.
I figure that's probably going to happen at some point here, but hopefully tonight wasn't it.
Yeah, I hope. Yeah, I hope they will. I hope you'll definitely enjoyed our company.
Absolutely. Check out Lancer, and have a good night, guys. See you later.
Bye.